This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So a guy was on holidays in Jordan at a campground and he wandered off from the campground to have a sneaky cigarette and then got attacked by wild dogs for an hour. A pack of wild dogs attacking him.
Shoo.
We're talking rabies, the whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
We are finding out that it is probably not a good idea to wander off from the group. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning.
Hi,
Fran.
Hey, Fran, what have you got for us?
So I was on a Contiki in America, my very first trip, to a big city. And I was in a group of about 50 and I was the only smoker back then. The trend. And I wandered off and I was just out up the top because it was an underground club smoking all night. And when I went back down to go see my sister and the rest of the crew, they had all gone. The whole club was locked up.
Oh.
No one was around.
Oh,
And I had no idea where we were staying.
Of course.
My sister was the responsible one.
of course. Yes.
And so I had to hop into a taxi and ask him where to take me to where the Contiki people stay. And he's like, I can't what? And
Can you take me to where the Contiki people stay?
And so I said to him, can you just drive me to some hotels around the place?
What city were you in, Fran? Where were you?
In San Diego.
Oh, it's a big town.
Okay, scratch that one off the list. Next. Hospitality Inn.
And then I found like a little card that had the Days Inn on it. And I was like, oh my God, we're staying at the Days Inn. We're going to stay at the Days Inn. So he's like, okay, which one? I was like,
Okay, which one?
It's like finding a card that says you're staying at Quest. Right, great.
Okay, so
Where?
which one? How long did it take for you to
so
get there?
we got to the fourth one and I finally found the bus.
The fourth one.
The fourth
And
one.
so, the fourth hotel, the fourth Days Inn.
Yeah.
And on top of paying him to say thank you, I pashed him like this dirty old taxi driver.
Oh, this story's taking a turn, Fran.
Was that a request or was that to get you a
That
discount?
was a bit of sugar on top.
There was definitely no discount. He was very surprised, and so was I. But I was just stoked to be home.
How old were you? And how old was he?
He was probably in his 60s, and I was late 20s.
Fran.
So wait there.
You're just so happy.
I want to know the psychology. So you get there, oh my God, that's my hotel.
So
Lean in for a
relieved.
quiche.
Yep.
Yeah, is that what happened?
Yeah, I was pretty drunk,
Yeah,
so
okay.
I didn't really know what was going on. But I was just stoked, and I saw my sister again, and yeah.
Wow, mate.
Happy
Oh,
ending.
it's
All
That's
right.
the first time he introduced surge charging.
Yes, exactly. Amazing. Thanks, Fran. Andrew, hello.
G'day guys, how are you?
Good.
Andrew,
buddy.
tell us why you shouldn't wander off from the group, Andrew.
Yeah, I was up at Mount Keith as a chef, and I'd broken away from the guys to go and put some laundry on.
Yeah.
So I see these wild emus outside the laundry little demountable room.
Yes.
So I go to say hello, and then the big mother emu comes and almost pecks my head off. So I was kind of bailed up in the laundry for about an hour trying to get out. The mother emu was on perimeter patrol, and I thought it's going to be a long day the way things are going at the moment.
And you know you can't outrun them.
No, you can't.
Did you have your phone on you so you
Yeah.
could at least text someone for help, or you didn't have any communication on
No, I left them all in
course you
Madonna.
did.
So being a chef, I thought I'd better get some washing on as we needed, obviously, up there. And this emu was pretty nasty. I'm thinking, wow, like I'm in a bit of strife here, and it kept poking its head through the window trying to peck at me. So bit of a worry.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Andrew.
As a
maybe it was
general
just checking
rule-
on its drying.
I know you're being polite, but as a general rule, you don't walk up and say hello to emus. I don't think they
No,
like They
definitely.
don't like us.
No, they
Well, when
don't.
you're
no.
looking at the little chicklets and you kind of,
they're
the mother
cute.
starts trying to peck you, I just about shat myself, and I thought it's going to be a long laundry cycle.
At least you're in the right spot, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Sean thought he'd paid for an all-inclusive holiday in the Maldives.
Yep. Found out that you should surf in the ocean, the free ocean. It will cost him $60
Every
each
time.
and then a myriad of other things. Ali, hello.
guys. Yep.
Tell us about your trip that you took with Katie Lamb years ago.
Yeah, remember Katie Lamb and I went to Yacht Week in Croatia.
How good.
So you're on a yacht for 7 days. You pay the cost up front. Unbeknownst to us, you then have to fork out cash every time you dock somewhere at the port.
So
you have
there'll
to-
be port fees or
port
something
fees,
that you
and
all have to
everyone
dip
has
into.
Yeah, everyone has to. Then, before you even get on the boat, you have to do a grocery shop for the entire week. So you have to get your cash out and everyone put in and take care of the cost of all the groceries. And then you have to take out your skipper and your hostess for lunch, for dinner and drinks at least one night. But
At
they
least
also
one night.
they also come out with you every night, so you're buying them drinks. They don't pay for anything.
So at least one night means they're going to, like you said, that they're going to be out with you most nights. And you
Yes.
just
you get
have
them
to pay.
dinner one night, but drinks is pretty much every night.
What?
Yeah.
Are
That
you
is a rule.
serious?
You're paid to go
But
over there. and jump on
clearly,
this
though,
boat.
the skipper and the hostesses are paid nothing. So the only way they can survive is by the
Well,
guests
we don't know.
buying
That's
them.
an
we don't know.
assumption.
I
That's an
know.
assumption. I mean, we've seen Below Deck.
I don't think
below
they're
deck.
on one of those boats.
So you hook up with them? Or
We're going to go to
Yeah, she hooked up
Cammy
with the whole boat. What
in
are you talking
E30. Hi, Cammy.
Hey.
Hi,
Hi,
Cammy.
Cammy.
All right. Did you get stung when you were on holidays?
Oh, yeah, massively. So it was about 5 years ago, we booked a trip to Italy. And we'd organised a car hire. But my daughter was about 2.5 at the time, so we also had to hire a car seat.
Yep.
And they asked us for €30 a day for the car seat, which is about $50, and we were hiring it for 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
And there'd been no mention of having to pay extra costs for the car seat when we were doing all the bookings, so it was like a total surprise. Then where we were going, we booked a villa for the 2.5 weeks,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we knew that there was like paid for beaches there, but we also, for legal, there has to be also free ones. But the free beach was literally about 20 metres
Yes.
long.
And
like,
everyone's trying to pack
still-
into it. Yeah.
No, it was totally empty because it was disgusting. Like, it was
Oh.
full of like cans
Oh,
and cigarette
really?
butts and
Yeah.
everything like that. So like, you literally had no choice. You had to go, and there was no like direct beach access. Like, you were on the sand, but you had to like walk around to get into the water from there.
Yes.
So you sort of had to go to the paid for beach. And
How
that
much was it?
Yeah, it was €50 a day
Oh.
for 2 beds. But if you wanted an umbrella, you had to pay an extra 25.
25 for an umbrella.
So you're getting 75 euros in.
Can I just say,
Yeah,
the
like-
30 euros a day for the baby seat,
Yes.
they're like $200 combined.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
they're going to charge us
Oh my
$750
God.
for
yeah,
2 weeks.
totally. Like, we would have just put it on the... From then on, we've always just brought one with us.
Yeah.
You know, you see the families with
Yes.
the baby seat on
That's
the-
why.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah,
Because you're
the
being
baggage
rorted.
rebate.
Well, because I suppose when
Yeah.
you get there, it's too much hassle. You realise, okay, this is going to cost us 30 euros a day. Where are we going to get one from now?
Yes.
Right. Peter Panic, okay, we'll just get it. And then you've got it and you leave.
Yeah.
So that to me, out of your whole story, that is the unbelievable
I
thing to
find
me.
it bizarre that, I mean, obviously because we're here in Australia, that you're paying to go on the beach, and like I was, you're paying to go to surf in the ocean
Yes.
that
Yeah.
made the
We're
waves.
very, we're
You don't
very
own
lucky
that.
in that we don't have any private beaches, that everywhere is public.
Thanks,
It's
Cammy.
amazing.
Let's
Well
go to
done, Cammy.
Jason in Naranda. Hey, Jace.
How you going?
Good,
buddy.
Jace.
All right, what was the extra charges
wow.
you got stung for on
So,
holiday?
with the family, I just went to Houston, but we went prior to Houston. We went to Honolulu, and we were there for a few days and did a couple of tours. And there was one where you go see how they traditionally grow the pineapples, cut them, and so forth.
Yep.
And I was like, cool, this is great. And then they get you to like cut pineapples like you pick strawberries, and then they show you how to actually properly cut and clean the pineapple.
Oh.
And they sort of don't tell you till the end that every one you cut, you got to pay for. It was like, 'cause me and wife and the 3 kids, so we did like 2 or 3 each, and they were charging us $16 per pineapple. And in Houston, they're $3 each.
Yeah, I'm with you. Why are they so expensive at a place where they're actually...
Where they're growing them.
There's
Exactly.
no party involved here.
It's just, they obviously charge
For the
people who live there
experience.
like a wounded bull.
So,
But it
okay,
was-
so here you are just slicing up pineapples without a care in the world.
willy-nilly.
And then at the end realise that you have to pay for all those pineapples. Did you take all those sliced pineapples home then because of
Well, it
principle?
certainly did. The kids like it, but it was like, pay for it.
Exactly. We're not leaving these behind, kids.
You know how after eat pineapple
Why are
for
you
a
going
while,
out for
it
dinner
starts
tonight
to
for
really
restaurant?
burn.
No, we're eating pineapple rings. What's the breakfast row? Pineapple rings.
Surely that place could have like just let you do that for free and then use the chopped up pineapple in something?
No, that makes sense.
No,
It's
that's
not possible.
ridiculous,
It's not possible.
Nelly.
No.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ali, we are asking for the best price. Do you do that?
I could never. Unlike you, I couldn't.
I couldn't.
I just
No.
couldn't.
Because you know what? If they turn
possible.
around and say yes, how embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's not this.
Yes, that is the best price.
yeah,
Is that the best price you can do? Yes.
It's the rejection.
Oh, okay. How
It's the
embarrassing.
public rejection to your face.
But those
I can't
places
do
we
that.
mentioned,
No
the
way.
big retailers that we mentioned
No, but this
earlier
guy's
on.
saying doing it everywhere.
Doing it
Going
everywhere.
to Myer
Oh, no,
and doing
that's
it.
Everywhere. Let's find out if Sarah does it. Hi, Sarah.
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Great,
Good.
Sarah.
Are you a best price person, Sarah?
I'm actually really, really, really bad. I'm a little bit naughty, actually.
Okay, tell us what you do, Sarah, and where you go do it at. Oh, that's
Well, I
pretty-
had to buy a new dryer.
Yeah.
So I went into Better Electrical,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I knew Good Guys had the same dryer.
Yeah.
So while I was in Better Electrical, I called the Good Guys and made the guy on the shop floor and the guy on the phone barter.
With
And so
one
I got the
another.
best price.
Did you
Really? Oh, my
And
God.
they did it.
They competed. It's a blood sport.
They did. I got $230 off and free delivery.
Which one won?
A Better Electrical.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
I
it's
need
in
a
the
new
name,
dryer,
isn't it?
actually, Sarah.
Can you organise
Can
that
you
for
do
us?
this for me? I'm serious.
Absolutely.
I want an 8 kilo
Okay.
one.
Okay, so Sarah, was it when you said like I'm going to call them? What were the reactions?
The guy on the shop floor goes, "Really?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'm not going to drive around. I'm here, so we'll just make a phone call." So
I love that you
called
cut out the middleman and made them negotiate with one
so
another.
keep going. You called them, yeah.
I called them, and the guy at Good Guys, I put him on speaker and told him I was in Better Electrical, told him the dryer I wanted,
Yeah.
and I was looking for the best price. And they bartered, basically.
Then you
How
let
many,
them duke
how
it
many
out.
goes did they have at it, Sarah? Because you don't want to come in too hard, do
it
you?
was about 4. It was about 4, and then I said, okay, yeah, they were like, that's the best we could do. Better Electrical's like, yeah, okay, $230 off. The guy at Good Guys goes, oh, I don't know, but I can give you free delivery. And it was an extra, I think, $10 on the dryer. And then the guy at Better Electrical goes, I'll give you free delivery as well. And I went, done. You won.
I forgot. If I was with you, if you were my friend or my partner,
couldn't do
whatever,
it.
I would have walked into the ocean.
Yes.
Oh, if my wife did that, if Megan did that, I'd be loving every second of it, loving it sick. But I'd be in the car.
You know
Great
what?
work,
I don't
Sarah.
want to be this
Well
person,
done,
but I wouldn't
Sarah.
mind one of them in my life.
Yeah.
So you should hire your services out.
Oh, that's
Sarah.
full
Thank
on,
you.
isn't it?
Let's move on to Miguel in Wellard. Hello.
Morning, how are we?
There you go, Miguel.
Miguel.
Okay, are you a best price person?
Yes, most definitely. Everywhere I go.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, JB Hi-Fi, Good Guys, Retrovision. Even with Retrovision, you can barter them down and then you still get your 5% off with your RAC discount on top of that.
Oh, so you get the best price out of them, then pull out a discount card.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
low.
yeah.
That's a bit of a low blow.
Anything
I got,
non-electrical, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, buying pot plants or something? Where else do you try?
So, I go to KFC and I barter what's on the set price menu. So you got those family feasts and you get like a coleslaw.
Yeah.
I'll ask if I can change that over with like a soft drink or extra fries or whatnot.
Do they buy that?
Yeah.
You're bartering
Yeah,
at
do all the time.
KFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know the set price, a family meal,
so
for
it's a
example,
fat
whatever.
meal, yeah, and you think, oh,
And
you
you
just
go,
got
no,
to take
I
it
don't
as
want
it
the
comes.
coleslaw. I want another chips.
Yep.
I don't think you
Yep,
can do
all
that.
the time.
And they
All the
don't
time.
charge you extra for that.
No.
Wow, you must be very persuasive, Miguel.
Oh my God. You're getting.
Or hey, wait, or very handsome.
He's
Yeah.
Oh,
his
very
name's,
handsome.
to be
I'll go
honest,
with persuasive.
no, Miguel to me seems handsome.
Yeah, that's the secret.
Are you
isn't
a
it?
good looking cat?
I wish. I don't know. It's hard to say, I suppose.
He's
Okay, let's
modest,
vote. Let's
and
vote.
he's
Let's vote,
modest.
Natalie. All
Oh, I
right.
like
So
him
who votes
already.
Miguel's hot? All
He's
right.
hot.
Oh,
So
Miguel's
Harry,
good.
what do you think?
Yeah.
Sam,
Hot.
Natalie,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know,
Sean,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's obvious.
We all think you're hot.
It's obvious. That's why you're getting away with this.
Yeah.
Keep it up, Miguel.
Try living like us as a
Yes.
bridge troll.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
We're talking about when you have a physical reaction to an emotional situation inspired by the woman who, when she found out they'd won lotto,
Yeah.
she came very close to vomiting.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not the right reaction. She'd be partying like there's no tomorrow.
Here in our show, it's 2023 year of Zach. Zach's really come into his own. He's got a new haircut, brand new T-shirt today. Well, tell us about your T-shirt.
I'm like crying right now.
Tell us about your T-shirt.
I've got a Daniel Ricciardo shirt on.
In honour of the
lovely.
Melbourne Grand Prix.
Yeah.
What colour would that
F1s.
be, Natalie? Would that be like a deep musk, like a musk,
What colour is that?
sort of pinky, musky sort of situation?
It's
well, you know what?
I can't see the colour, to be honest. I don't see colour, Nathan.
Well, the thing about it is the colour's secondary to the nipples that are under the shirt. And I said to Zach, you've got very prominent nipples. But
Zach, what happens?
There's something weird when someone says something about your nipples. What happens?
They go erect.
They get harder.
Can I say that on
Could
air?
you, out of all the words, you chose erect.
So the more we talk about them, the stiffer they get.
Look at them. They're like E.T.'s fingers right now, just like going, E.T. phone home.
So you can't control that. So covering it up isn't helping.
So they're getting firmer as
So it's not because you're cold, because it's not cold.
Look at this.
Yeah, because stop tickling them. That's getting weird.
Wow, so you don't even have to like
No,
pinch them or anything. You just say hello nipples and
Yeah,
hello,
and they are out.
hello fellas.
Wow.
go.
Out and about.
That's your body defying you, isn't it? Kate's in Dutch. Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
Hey, good Kate.
Now, how does your body react?
So my reaction is I pass out, basically. So if I am in a white room, it started when I was a kid at the dentist, but it's carried on into adulthood. Any white room, doctor's surgery, getting a mammogram, going to the dentist, visiting a friend in hospital.
Yes.
I go all clammy, the black spots start in my eyes, and I fall to the floor. So I try not to visit people in hospital because I sort of end up with the one getting attention. But yeah, any white room.
So does it need to be white room in conjunction with something medical, or is it literally if you go around to someone's house and there's just like a stark white room that could set you off?
Passing out in bathrooms. No. It is generally. I just thought it was the dentist, but then it carries on into
Any medical kind of facility.
any sort of clinical. Yeah, even if I'm just having an X-ray on my foot, I have to warn people that, or if I'm doing a mole scan, that's not even. Yeah, like he was more worried. He stopped scanning for moles and was just fanning me down, going. Deep breath, beautiful.
How do you think you'd go in a vet's?
No, same with the vet. I have to sort of,
vet.
even if he's clipping the dog's toenails, I just, as long as there's a seat nearby and I can monitor it. Not so bad because I'm focused on the dog, but yeah.
Because you had a bad experience when she was getting spayed.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't? She's got that cone on her neck. But I'm just wondering, is it just to do with the medical side of it? Is it maybe the furnishings have something to do with hard tables and stuff? Because then I would like to see you. I would like to see what happens to you in a laundromat. Because that sort of seems medical. It seems sterile, but yet
It's the perfect excuse to not do the washing. I think.
Perfect excuse.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Well, that is amazing. Thanks, Kate.
Thanks,
We move
Kate.
to Angie. Hello.
Morning, team. I've not heard the word nipples so much in a morning segment before. Thanks for making my morning.
Thank you for
My
listening
nipple-
to Nipple 937.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's Nathan
my
at
nipples
nipple
are not
today.
erect.
They are not
No,
erect.
yeah.
Okay, great.
They're not erect. They're completely fine.
Yeah.
But talking to you, I've got redneck thing. For me, redneck thing, I didn't even know it was a thing until being in meetings, largely with dumb people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're in a meeting and someone starts to get under your skin.
Yes.
It's like this creeping disease that comes from my chest. And
Yes.
it goes all the way up my neck
Yes.
and all the way around my chest and starts to go to creep into my ear.
And
And
you
what's
can
really
feel it.
hilarious is I can feel it,
Yeah.
but my boss used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So we would be in meetings and I'd be going, oh, no, it's happening. So I'd send her a text, like, redneck thing, calm. Because, we started to have to, dress for certain meetings.
Yes.
So
When you knew you were going to be meeting with
clothing-
dumb people.
Yeah, I've got clothing that's high-necked on purpose to avoid them seeing the redneck thing.
You have
So
important meeting skivvies.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not important meetings
exactly.
with dumb people,
Yeah.
skivvies.
Important, and they cover my nipples too. So
Okay,
every
great.
base is done.
Great.
Yeah.
So basically it's just disdain? Is that so, because when you, or is it instead of you physically rolling your eyes, your neck just goes red? Is that when it would
I
happen?
think it could be. Sometimes I
feel like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And, when it's like really under your skin and you're like, oh my God. And you're like sort of agitated, really ticked off. And it just happened. And once it starts, you can't stop it.
No.
So, yeah, and it creeps. It's really bad.
We can
So,
never meet you now because what if your neck starts going red and he's like, oh my God, she thinks we're dumb.
Wow.
I know. I've exposed myself.
Well,
now,
she said when she at the start of this, when she started talking to us, it started happening then. So she thinks that we're dumb.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Listen to that.
I mean,
Bit
Jason.
of Disney action.
I know.
Not many real people can sing this song like
No.
me and Adina.
That's true.
Welcome to the show, Amy Manford, who most definitely can sing this.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Amy.
Now, you are a very talented singer and you're doing a concert full of Disney bangers, right?
We are. It's called Disney 100 The Concert, and it's celebrating the last 100 years of Disney.
Yes.
We've just come off a sold-out season at the Sydney Opera House
Wow.
and an amazing outdoor theatre at Home
No
of the
way.
Arts in the Gold Coast.
Yeah. Wow.
And now we're bringing it back home, and it's just so exciting for us.
Can I talk to you about the fans? Because Disney fans are next level. And it's not just because straight away you think it's ladies. We saw that poor guy that got the bum
Yes,
date on Maths.
on Maths. Yeah,
he
he
was
was
a
a Disney
huge
fan.
Disney head as
Yeah.
well. What are they like?
Oh, they're just the best. Like, they're just so lovely and nice and very, very supportive. And I do have to say, unfortunately, I'm one of them.
Are you? Really?
I love Disney so much. I mean, who doesn't? Everyone loves Disney, but I'm definitely I treat the brand very carefully, and
Yes.
I love it and
Yeah.
have a lot of
Yes.
passion for it. So I think that's why it's good that I'm producing the show, I guess, because I just want
You've
to
got
do
some control and
Yeah, I
you
want
can
to
do
do
it
every.
justice.
If I was sitting in the audience, I would want to see all the sparkle and the huge big confetti drops
Sure.
and the bubbles and so we've really we've gone all out for this concert. I'll explain a little bit about
Yes.
it. So we've got a 45-piece orchestra, the Perth Symphony
Wow.
Orchestra, joining us, which
Oh, yeah.
is just amazing. We've got 6 star singers who have all just come off the West End, Broadway, big giant Australian musical theatre productions, and then we've got all your favourite Disney footage playing up on the big screen. And then all the extras, confetti, bubbles, just
So, and
amazing.
it's something for
you're
everyone,
excited just
obviously.
talking
So
about that.
adults and kids,
Everything,
lots of
yeah.
kids would be coming to this too.
So when you're at the peak of your song, like the big
Yeah.
crescendo of the song, suddenly bubbles will happen or
Yeah.
confetti will go
Absolutely,
off.
absolutely will.
Don't you just want that in life?
Yes, very much so.
Exactly, but it's a really lovely show because it's great for every single age.
Yes.
You can bring your kids and they can experience a full symphony orchestra for the first
Yeah.
time, which is incredible. And also even, our age, going back and experiencing all the nostalgia from our childhood.
Yeah.
Amy
Yeah,
says
and we're all
our
30,
age
so that's
because
good,
You
eh?
turned,
I
you
really
turned
appreciate
30
that.
yesterday, so you're
did.
freshly in your 30s.
Exactly.
Happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you so much.
Ames, the thing about the Disney shows that we've all seen throughout our career, every one of them got banging songs that
It does.
everybody around, doesn't matter about age, everybody knows. And they're all big, though, so...
We call it banger after banger.
Yeah.
It really is. We don't have any moments in the show where you're like, oh God, this song. Every single song's amazing, and we get these squeals of delight from the audience
Yeah.
every single time we
What's
start a
your
new one.
favourite, the ultimate Disney song for you?
Oh, well, you see, I like all the old songs. So I like Cinderella
Yeah.
and then,
Okay, wait,
Little
the
Mermaid.
Cinderella song. Cinderella song.
What's the Cinderella song?
Oh, it's The
Is that
Dream's a
the-
Wish, So This Is Love. All those.
No,
You don't know?
cannot remember
can't think
one
of the
song
Cinderella
from
song.
Cinderella.
So This Is Love.
No.
No?
Okay, I've got to watch it. Right, so what's another older ones? Because I don't think I remember the songs unless
the
it's
old
like the
ones,
Jungle
yeah.
Book and stuff like that.
And it was all the princesses that sung really, really high. And obviously,
Yes.
like, I come from an opera background, so
Yes.
that's my thing. But then we've got all the new songs like Don't Talk About Bruno from
Yes, of
Encanto.
course.
Yes.
Yes.
And How Far I'll Go from Moana, of course, Frozen, which
Yes, yes.
everybody knows very well.
Part of This World.
We've got Part of Your World.
Yeah,
That's one
yeah.
of my
Oh, is it?
faves. Yes.
And wait, what's the Aladdin one? A whole new world.
Do you want to be in the show?
Yeah, I do. I would definitely perform a whole new
Oh,
world.
it'd be so good. Ames, with your classically being trained and being able to hit all these high ones, can you, with pop songs, how do you go with that?
Oh, good. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I feel like that's the cool thing about being classically trained. It's a great groundwork to go into other genres, so it's fun kind of singing pop and jazz, and yeah, it's cool.
Now, a lot of people would know you because you sang the national anthem when the grand final was held here in Perth. What was that experience
Amazing.
like?
It was pretty cool. I'd never done anything like that before, so it was an amazing experience. I never thought I was going to be doing something like that, so it's pretty cool looking back on it.
Hey, did you have any friends that sent you all the YouTube clips of people that have massacred national anthems around the world? Because that's a lot of pressure.
I mean, I got a lot of all the men in my life were suddenly impressed.
And they're like, got any spare tickets?
I mean, my boyfriend was like, "This is the height of your career."
Okay, so you're right. You're down on the ground and you're singing the national anthem, right? So all eyes are on you. Then do you get a good seat afterwards?
I did, yeah. I got to sit in an amazing box and watch the show.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
If you know one thing about us, it's that we love love. And we've heard some terrific love stories, including the New York couple who met because he was in charge of determining which train went to which platform at Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
He saw this gorgeous girl through the window and then he manipulated the trains until she was repeatedly stepping in front of his window, and then he asked her out. And they've been together for 30 years.
It's amazing. And we've spoken to a couple of people already, and it seems that these rom-commy relationships seem to be set in our parents' era. We have not come across one in ours yet.
Brian's in Cardinia. Hello.
Hey, how are you going?
Hey, good Brian.
Have you got a rom-commy relationship?
Yeah, my relationship was pretty stalkish, actually. We
wrong sort of movie.
Yeah, good on you.
Okay.
I was 32 years of age, and that's the oldest you can be to get on the Contiki bus back in the
No, you're essentially
late
Contiki
90s, so-
Toolie.
You're the grandfather on the Contiki bus. Keep going.
I was the oldest guy. I was the oldest guy in the bus.
Yeah.
And my the woman I was chasing was 21.
Oh, right.
And we had a great 2.5 weeks on the Contiki tour. No, we didn't hook up. We just hit it off nicely, and
Yes.
I thought she was lovely. So when I said goodbye, I gave her a little necklace and said I thought she was special, and it was really great to meet her. Blah blah blah. Anyway, when I got back to Melbourne, I thought that girl was just so lovely. I want to track her down.
Yes.
So I knew her and her sister were doing another Contiki tour. We were in America. We met in America.
Yeah.
But she was going on to Europe with her sister, and they were going to do another Contiki tour around Europe.
Yeah.
So when I got back to Melbourne, I thought, I'm going to ring Contiki and find out what tour she's on in Europe.
Yes.
Anyway, back in those days,
no privacy.
the privacy wasn't such a big deal.
No.
Anyway, they said, oh, no, they're in Switzerland. They're on some mountain. They're staying at such and such a hotel.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And back in those days, no mobile phones. You couldn't, SMS. You had to use the old fax
landline.
machine.
Yeah.
The landline. So I actually sent a fax to her, telling her that I thought she was just lovely.
Yeah.
I did. I sent a fax to the hotel. Told her that I thought she was lovely and I'm smitten, and I'd really like to see her again. I'd like to invite her to the Melbourne Cup.
Yes.
So we could hook up, because she's from Perth and I was from Melbourne.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, she thought this was just like unbelievable, but it was a good fax. I just told her that I thought she was
a good fax. you know, think about the best fax you've ever received.
It was better than
it was really good.
It was a really good fax. Anyway, so she was still on tour for like another 6 weeks. I wasn't going to see her for a while. It was like 2 months had passed, and I thought, and we'd emailed each other a couple of times. No. Sorry, I'll step back a bit. After about 2 months, I hadn't heard from her, so I thought, I'm going to ring her, because on the Contiki tour, everybody said, he's too old for you, he's too old for you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I don't like taking no for an answer, so I actually knew her dad was a doctor in Perth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I knew their last name, so I looked up the doctor's name.
Yeah.
I rang the doctor, and he was in consulting at the time. What do you want? I said, I'm Brian, I met the girls on the Contiki tour.
Yep.
I really like to give them a call and catch up with them. Yeah. And he goes, well, why didn't they give you your number? What do you want? Blah, blah, blah. Thinking I was an old troublemaker.
Yes.
Anyway, long story short, he did give me her number.
Yeah.
We emailed each other for about 2 months. She ended up coming to my sister's wedding as my date.
Yes.
In Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then I said, you can't go back to Perth. You have to stay in Melbourne with me.
So you trapped her in the basement.
I locked her up. So we come back to... She came back to Perth for, after her 2-week holiday in Melbourne with me. I flew over to Perth and met her parents and said I want to pursue the relationship. I want to take her back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
3 months later, we're engaged. And within 12 months or 18 months, married, and we've been married 25 years last Wednesday.
And you obviously, she convinced you to move back to Perth, obviously.
Hey, Brian, yeah.
Yeah.
She got you back.
Well, she lived in Melbourne with me. I had a business in Melbourne, so she lived with me in Melbourne for 16 years.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, my father passed away. And then I thought, I'm being a bit selfish here because she hasn't lived with her family for the last 16 years. So I better give her some time with her parents.
Oh, that's
so
lovely.
we moved back to Perth. Well, we moved to Perth 8 years ago, and I'm loving it and been here ever since. And we've got 2 kids.
Yeah,
I
Brian,
feel like we're watching this movie.
I know the fact that you rang the conversation with her dad.
Yes.
That's an interesting
The ballsy
thing because a lot
move.
of people, no one would do that these days, wouldn't they? Because that's just old school.
Yeah,
values.
good menus.
Brian,
Good
I
manners.
really wish that she kept your original facts so you could have framed it.
She has.
I
She
thought
has.
fax paper deteriorated.
The
back
real-
in the day.
Yeah.
The good thing is I'm a bit embarrassed now because
Why?
it's a bit personal, and thank God it's starting to fade.
Yes.
Well, it was a great fact.
I love that. I love it. It's a bit personal, but I send it to the office of the hotel.
Yes.
Gee, you really
love
well
that.
aren't you?
But we've got a daughter 21 and a daughter who's 18.
Yep.
See, this is the thing, and
it
you were
pays off.
right at the start, Brian. There is a fine line between romantic and stalker.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you just landed on the right side, and I think the reason why is the
Fax
fax.
machine. Maybe that's what we need to go back to.
You should always fax someone your intentions.
Yes, that's right.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.